And Trent, I'm sure the feeling in Philadelphia has to be now, where has this been all season? We can do this. Where has this been?
I think the credit first goes to the coaching staff. They stuck to their guns, man. I mean, they are committed, offensively especially, to playing this wide open, spread out offensive football. There's some risk in that, and we saw the downside to playing that type of fly-by-the-seat-of-your-pants type offense early in the year. The ball's on the ground. There's a lot of negative plays against you, even when they're putting up big numbers. But they have tightened up. They haven't changed what they're going to be. They take advantage of their skill position players. They put Michael Vick, Deshaun Jackson, LaShawn McCoy, Avant, all these guys in a great position to succeed by stretching you boundary to boundary. They play the speed game, contrary to a lot of teams want to play the power game. And because they've stuck with it and they didn't knee-jerk react and say, we have to do something different because we're not getting the short yardage runs, we're turning the ball over too much. They just tighten it up and they become even more dangerous because they're explosive, but yet they can handle those critical situations better than they could earlier in the year.
Trent, if the question in Philadelphia is where has this been, the question in Dallas tonight is where the heck did this come from?
Well, I think this was a tough matchup for the Cowboys, and I was really intrigued going into this because to me this was your ultimate power versus speed matchup. There's really two schools of thought in the NFL right now. Do you build your team based on length and strength and power like the Cowboys have? They have big, physical, strong athletes. Or do you build it with speed and guys that are dynamic in space and then build a plan around space? And what happened to the Cowboys, they had to play the space game. These big, strong athletes on defense got extended from the formation, broken out of the formation, and they had to play in space. The Eagles made them do what they don't do best. Now you say, why doesn't that work every single week? Well, it's because the Philadelphia Eagle bigs were able to take care of the four guys up front, block them, and give the receivers time to work against those bigger athletes. It was a classic matchup. Right now, you got to tip your hat to the Eagles and say their formula, get fast athletes, put them in space, is better than the Cowboys' formula. Although, when the weather gets bad and it goes back to old school football where you got to pound the rock, you got to tighten it in, it'll be interesting to see if this type of football is sustainable because we know the big power game is sustainable. But
right now, they're both even in the standings where it counts the most. You are what you are, and they are both 3-4.